Hey, it's Julie Geigel, International Psychic Medium, and you are watching Julie's Talk Show, and this is Mindful Mondays with the Online Spiritual Book Club. Today we're talking about Kryon, the 12 Layers of DNA by Lee Carroll, and we will begin with Chapter 4, Things That Nobody Thinks About. And so in Chapter 4, Kryon tells us when birth occurs, we have the following imbued in our DNA, 5 things: hereditary, karmic imprint, astrological imprint, Akashic records, and the sacredness of God. And Lee also tells us about the Pleiadian connection. And on page 56, he says that Kryon has told us that beings from another world who look much like we do came to this planet over a period of many years and literally interfered appropriately with normal human evolution. Evolution. They gave us layers of DNA that we now see as spiritual. They enabled our entire race to be part of the spiritual plan of the universe and allowed us to become pieces of God. How cool is that? If you tell this to other people who are not metaphysical, they will run the other way. Oh, but the Adam and Eve story is so much more believable. The apple, the snake, God's garden, the devil, human innocence makes it tell. All a much more believable story than something to do with ETs. So if you're not familiar with Pleiadians, I encourage you to check out some information on them. It's a really cool story and very strong connection that Lee has with that story. Okay, moving on to Chapter 5, the teaching begins. And so on page 76, Lee talks about something pretty amazing. He says, think of your DNA as the chicken and the circle of the chicken and the egg. So the DNA is in the cells, and the cells are listening for instructions. The DNA is listening to human consciousness to help tell the cells what to do. That is such a fascinating explanation. And so the DNA is constantly talking to the cells with instructions for the whole 3D body. So what comes first, the listening or the talking? For logic might say that if there's nobody listening, DNA could talk all day. The answer is that the consciousness of the human is the key, and it kickstarts all the DNA layers to do their job better. The talking and listening are therefore mixed together in the soup. However, do you understand that without us talking to ourselves, that DNA is just resting, doing the automatic things within our body? DNA is always listening, according to Kryon. Therefore, it's our job to inform our DNA of what we need. So, it really is about stating your intention, because your body is just waiting for you to tell it what to do and what you need from it. So it's really important to make sure that you set those intentions every day. It really is the key to manifesting and creating the life that you desire and the life that you dream of, because it's our job to inform our own DNA what we need. And when we give intent, that DNA actually takes that information and formats and configures everything for you. You don't need to figure out the how. Many people get stuck in the how it's going to happen. But your DNA, your body will take care of all of that information. And so this is such exciting news. Really, it is. And we are just thrilled to be with you here today. That was my summary of chapters 4 and 5. I would love to hear from you. How are you manifesting in your life? Do you set intentions? Be sure to leave your feedback in the comment section over on our blog. And remember, this is a closed, private, members-only group, so it's not available to the general public. So these blog posts are only available for you. And if you're not receiving our email updates, to stay connected, be sure to jump over to heavensenthealing.us and sign up for our free Manifesting Miracles download, and you'll get info I only share through these email updates. And remember, if you keep on doing what you've always done, you'll keep on being who you've always been. Change doesn't happen unless you make a change. Thank you so much for watching today, and we'll see you back here next week on Julie's Talk Show with Mindful Mondays. We'll be talking about Chapter 6, the 12 layers as given by Kryon, Chapter 7, DNA Group 1, Layer 1, 2, and 3, and Chapter 8, Layer 4, 5, and 6. And don't forget to like us on Facebook and like us on Twitter. Thank you so much.